I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Silly Jedi! Silly Jedi!
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Hello, what have we here?
Hello there.
At last! Where have you been?
Nice of you guys to drop by.
Ah, good. New acquisitions.
I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this.
All right, everybody. Happy New Year. This is Star Wars Car Talk 2021. Man, if you're watching us on YouTube, I apologize for this ridiculously harsh lighting. The sun is like beaming right on my face. It's the morning. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful morning. You know, it's chilly. There was a little bit of frost on the car this morning, and but you know, it is what it is. We're in the Northeast, so that's how it goes in the winter. But it's the new year. It's 2021. We're finally here, and even though it sometimes seems like the world is upside down, and things are just going crazy. They're going bananas. And sometimes it may even feel like the world is being reorganized into a galactic empire. Fear not, my fellow Jedis, because you know what? It's as long as there are good-hearted people in the world and the galaxy, you know, there will always be a fight for good, and that's what we're hoping for. So, and that's what we trust in, that, you know, there's still good people out there, and there's still forces of good, and if you're a person of faith, well, then now is a good time to to reconfirm that faith. But one thing is for sure, and that is that no matter how upside down the world may seem, the one thing that even when it feels like it's going sideways, it still will always bring warm feelings to my heart, and that is Star Wars. So we're so happy that we're finally in this new year, and that we have so much to look forward to this year as far as Star Wars is concerned. Man, I don't know about all the other stuff happening around us, but as far as Star Wars, as a fan, we have at least this little bright light that shines for us. You know, last year we got a lot of great announcements. You know, we have at the end of, well, this year is going to wrap up quite nicely. We already know how the year is going to end up. It's going to wrap up. We're going to have a Mandalorian season 3, and we're going to have the Boba Fett show, which is kind of cool. And we're also going to get the Bad Batch, which is an animated show, and it's kind of a sequel, a direct sequel actually, to the events of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and the end of the Clone Wars, because the Clone Wars animated show led right up to the end of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So that's really cool. That's really interesting. And my son Blake keeps asking me every morning for breakfast. He's like, "It's 2021, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "So is the Bad Batch on Disney Plus now? Can we watch it?" And I'm like, "No, buddy, it's not on yet. I don't know when it's coming. They haven't said anything." So I'm guessing that that'll be probably like a spring or summer drop. Maybe more so spring, because I don't, you know, summertime, you know, people are out and about, although I don't know these days how many people are actually out and about because of everything going on. But for the most part, you know, I don't know that they'll drop it in the middle of the summer. It may be in the spring. I can see them doing it in the spring, like, you know, kind of like a throwback to the fact that we had Star Wars movies dropping in May way back when, before they switched it to December, and you know, that'll be a nice little touch to drop it in May. So that's my guess right here. My guess is they're going to drop it. Bad Batch on Disney Plus will drop in May. And you know, we have all this other cool stuff on the horizon. I mean, we've talked about it before, but we have, like, you know, the Cassian show, Andor, and we have finally got his name right. And we have, the Obi-Wan Kenobi in production, that's going to be in production this year. Like this year, they're actually going to make that show. They're going to actually film it. They're going to actually maybe even probably use the volume to do it the way they do The Mandalorian. And we're going to get Hayden Christensen in there. And my guess is we'll probably get some flashbacks flashbacks to when they were in the Clone Wars, probably, because that's probably you can still buy Hayden Christensen with the long hair, portraying Anakin from Clone Wars and Episode 3. I think he can still pull it off, and so can Obi-Wan, so can Ewan McGregor. I think he can still pull off that look, and then come back to the weathered, aged Obi-Wan in the desert that the rest of the show is going to require of him. But it's really exciting. It's really exciting to be a fan. And I say that with a little bit of a heavy heart. A lot of stuff has happened over the course of from the drop of the last episode of The Mandalorian, the season finale, The Rescue, which that title means so much more than what it actually is in the episode. We got the revelation of Luke Skywalker returning and picking up Grogu and taking him to be trained, and the episode just kind of ended in this magnificent way. And I feel like fans everywhere, it's as if fans everywhere in one voice cheered at once. I think that's what happened. It was wow, it was, what a moment. I think fans everywhere truly cheered, and this wasn't like a watching the trailer of one of the sequel trilogy movies for the first time and filming your reaction to it because it's exciting and oh my gosh, what's going to happen. No, this was a reaction of fans because of how amazing it is to see something that you thought you'd never see and be treated. The fans were treated to something that, whether you're a novice fan or whether you've been a fan since childhood or even a fan since you actually were there in 1977 to see the original Star Wars in theater and everything in between, this was a moment. That was a moment. Seeing Luke Skywalker was a moment of, of just exuberance, of being able to say, man, on so many levels, wow, what an amazing moment. And sorry for the sun. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on YouTube and you've made it this far, please like and subscribe the video and check out some of our other videos and make sure you subscribe. If you're listening to us on iTunes, I thank you so much. Please write us a good review on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. So many levels. This appearance of Luke Skywalker was just a win for fans in that. First, what a great ending to this episode. What a great ending to that story arc of Grogu and the Mandalorian, Din Djarin. What a epic conclusion where we were treated to so many amazing cameos. I mean, Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka, wow. And then how can you top that? Well, you top it by basically showing us that you care about this story and about the Star Wars universe, that we're not throwing away, we're not killing the past, as some quote unquote Star Wars creators would have you think, that you have to kill the past, that you have to destroy it if you have to. Well, here, this was a perfect example of, in my opinion, Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, two Star Wars fans, two Star Wars super fans, maybe one, maybe more than the other, but both nonetheless fans, and not just fans in a we are fans, we're creating Star Wars, we're going to do nothing but fan service. No, they are creators. They're talented creators that not only are fans, but they respect the mythology that was created. They respect the creator of this mythology. It's George Lucas. I mean, there's so many pictures that they posted online of George Lucas visiting the set of The Mandalorian. I mean, George Lucas and Grogu, holding him like a little baby. Like this is the fruit. This is like the fruit of like a proud grandpa. He did not have that with the sequel trilogy at all. He did not have that at all. I think he went to the premiere of The Force Awakens, and then that was basically it. He basically said, I'm guessing here. He probably said, I'm done. Like, you guys didn't take my treatments. You threw them in the garbage. You didn't use them. You didn't respect the arrangement that we had. I was supposed to be brought on as a creative consultant. You didn't even ask me. You didn't even use me for anything. Like, you just basically, you paid to buy this from me, and then you're doing whatever the heck you want with it now. And that will always go down in history as just such a shame, such a shame. But here we have, two fans, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, who is basically the disciple of George Lucas, and he's taken on this responsibility of creating this show, and not only that, but really doing things that for some reason they were afraid to do in the movies. In the sequel trilogy, they were just afraid to do. So bringing back Luke Skywalker, making him a hero again, showing him this is the Luke Skywalker that we've been waiting for, that we grew up with, and we wanted him to be triumphant and become that Jedi Knight. We got a glimpse of it in Return of the Jedi, but beyond that, it was all in our imagination and in obviously the novels that are legend now, that are not canon. So many levels, this was an amazing moment, because it was like a here you go, fans, and also a let's put good Star Wars out there and let's not be afraid, but also up yours to guys like J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson, especially Rian Johnson, and and up yours to the heads up to the people in charge, the creative group, the story group, who are good for nothing, in my opinion. And that leads me to this, what a great episode. And yet you have somebody who I'm not even going to say their name in this episode, because I don't think they even respect for anyone to even say their name anymore. This person should just kind of like disappear for a while. This person, who is part of the story group of Star Wars, who in so many interviews, I remember watching Star Wars Rebels, and they would do those little behind the scene episodes on StarWars.com or on Star Wars YouTube, and they would always go to this guy like as if he's the freaking mastermind of Star Wars, like he's the guru of Star Wars, like he's and for whatever reason, even watching it back then, it used to always just it would just not, it would rub me the wrong way. Like, there's something about this guy, and he's kind of I thought it was a shtick, but he's condescending. He's kind of like, looks like he's kind of full of himself in like the I don't care how I look, I don't care, I don't care, I'm gonna tell you like it is, but he does care. So it's like one of those passive aggressive, I don't know. So anyway, this guy went and participated in basically like, making fun of a fan, making fun of, I think, a really great fan of Star Wars Theory. If you've not seen him on YouTube, check him out. He's like probably like the biggest Star Wars YouTuber right now. And he seems like a really nice, humble guy who's basically has been blessed to have this platform of being a fan and creating Star Wars fan content. So they went ahead and participated in kind of like making fun of this guy, because he got emotional from that episode, and he live streamed his reaction, like a watch party, to this episode, which a lot of people do. They do watch parties. Celebrities do live tweets of movies and shows that they're in. So whatever. And then he kind of like had to kind of like do a half-assed apology. And anyway, so this guy, I'm sure if you're listening to this, you know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say his name. This person should not be part of the Star Wars story group. This person shouldn't be, they should not be really have any type of say in Star Wars. This person maybe at one time was a fan, and maybe because of the process and the politics and the bureaucracy and everything, became jaded. You know, this is maybe somebody that wanted to do good and has turned into the problem. But what's your opinion on that? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know. Hit me up over at Jedi Toy Masters on Instagram, or Star Wars Card Talk on Instagram. Star Wars Card Talk is our Instagram account for Star Wars Card Talk. Is basically where we post the episodes. So if you can't listen to them on podcasts or you can't watch them on YouTube, I post them on the Instagram account because I figure a lot of people are on Instagram all day anyway. But Jedi Toy Masters is kind of like our main account. So if you want to hit me up on there, I check both. And comment below if you're watching this on YouTube. What do you think about this whole mess? You know, I salute guys like Star Wars Theory because they stay humble. They're not going to, you know, they have their opinions. They're like me. They're a fan, and everyone is deserving of their opinion. But when you have a platform and when you represent a multi-billion-dollar company, you shouldn't make fun of the fans. You shouldn't make fun of the people that actually contribute to how you get paid from this content that they consume. So anyway, I'm gonna cut it here. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, and all that, and I hope you guys had a wonderful New Year. I hope this year will be good to us as fans, as the end of last year seemed to have been good to us. So I hope that continues. And you know, a lot on the horizon. I got some ideas for some episodes this year. We got maybe some collaborations coming later this year, and you know, a lot of cool stuff in the toy world. Also, as far as Star Wars toys, a lot of changes for me personally. Hopefully, we'll be able to graduate from Star Wars Card, even though it's Star Wars Card Talk. I think eventually I'm going to have to do some of these episodes in a studio. So pretty soon I will have a studio. So I'm pretty excited about that. That way we can even have guests on, and just can't really have a guest sitting here next to me because of the whole thing. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Check out some of our other videos on YouTube. We did a recent unboxing with my boys. So it's always funny. Go ahead. It speaks for itself. Just go watch. It's fun. And guys, as always, remember,
The Force will be with you, always.